a person who has a crush on you, but is hesitating to communicate that crush or those feelings because they do feel like there's possibly someone else in the mix. So we've got, I don't know if you can make them out. There's two other gentlemen in the background there, while a woman is, I don't know, accepting a kiss or some lovin's from the gentleman in the red coat. So it kind of feels to me like there is um, understanding that perhaps there are other people that are interested in you, and this is making someone a bit shy. Now, speaking of shy, the other card that I pulled from the Casanova Oracle makes me a bit shy. Hold on, we'll just give her some garments. We have ostentation. So I think this is basically saying we have an awareness of there being some competition for your heart, and that is pressuring someone or pushing someone to feel like, okay, I think I need to really like go big or go home, or I might lose your affections or the chance to earn your affections. Hello, Lemonade. Hello, Spiritual Healer. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Nat Nat. Happy Sunday. Hello, too. How are you doing today? So let's go ahead and call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, or a lot. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. And you can also find a link to my Etsy shop if you are interested in one of my homemade soy candles. And of course, now Bad Habit or the coffee, tobacco, leather combo is available. Hello, Matt. Hello, Famous Seamus. How are we doing? It's your birthday. Happy birthday, spiritual healer. Thank you for the floating heart, Famous Seamus. So let's see. What should we start with? Something romantic, perhaps? We shall go with the Shadowscapes Tarot. That one feels romantic to me. What else do we have? What else? Six of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So heavy on the Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And it looks to me like this is like, I'm waiting for you to reject somebody else so that I could have my opportunity with you. I know that person who is currently pursuing you or currently, making eyes at you isn't really your type. So we have a little bit of subtle confidence here. Like, I'm not going to um, go into direct competition, but I know when the opening is there, when there is, no date scheduled, then I'm going to make my emotions known or my feelings known. Good morning, Joaquin. Hello, Jamaica. How we doing? Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? That's a good one to be hearing right now, Rachel. So we've got the Knight of Cups, the romantic knight, right? The one who is daydreaming and feeling like maybe there is a future here. The Knight of Cups is, in my opinion, for this reading, it's like a patient impatience. I feel like there's something that could be incredible between the two of us, but I have to acknowledge that somebody else is trying to shoot their shot. Like if you were watching some Downton Abbey like show and it was a ball, right? And there were a bunch of people dancing. Like, okay, you have precisely the length of this particular song, and then I'm going to tap you on the shoulder, right? Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? Wow, so we have the Lovers and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So you're popular. There's someone that really is feeling confident about what they have to offer, but also a little bit uneasy because they feel like you're a catch. They feel like there is, maybe even some unknown quantity here. Maybe I just don't know who all is interested in you, but they're also not going to shy away. They don't seem to want to keep their feelings to themselves. It's more so, I'm going to find the right moment. And it could be that they feel like others are using, flashy gifts or, hey, look at how expensive my car is. That ostentation card could be, I see other people trying to use tactics that might work on other people, but I know it won't work on you. You want something that is more genuine. So with the Ten of Swords, they have that confidence that when the song is over, they can, have their turn. Hello, Space. Please feel free to put your question in a super chat and I will add it to the list. I do the general reading for about another 29 minutes and then I will dive into personal questions. Hello, D30. How are you doing today? Did I already miss one? For those that didn't read it, it was your appearance offends me and then a frowny face. Like the chick from, what's the movie called? Obsession? I don't know if I can do her frown. If my appearance offends you, that's okay. I don't dress for you. I'm glad to hear it, D30. Hello, Raziel. How are you doing? So we have the Three of Cups, the Empress in the reverse, and the Two of Swords in the reverse. I don't know whether or not to find this like charming or a little bit like over the top, but it really does seem to be, like I'll give the space, like respectful space to someone else who is trying to impress you, but I can tell that they're going about it the wrong way. I can tell it's not really your pace, it's not your type of person or your cup of tea, right? So when that is over, when they stop talking to you or when you stop dancing, then I know I can approach you in a way that actually has some emotion behind it. The intentions seem to be wrong with this other person, and I can show you that I'm decisive about it. I know what I want. It's not just to, show off to others or notch in the bedpost. This is someone who knows their intentions and their approach are right. It is Mod Morning. Hello, April. How are you doing today? Hello, See the Gray. I hope you're having a good one. I like it, Rachel. But why? They don't like white. I don't think it'll be secret for too long. I think they're just patient. So we have the Five of Swords and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. I don't want to come across as emotionally manipulative by trying to sabotage someone else's attempt with you. This is why they're keeping their distance. They're like, yeah, I know I could potentially interrupt your dance. I could interrupt your date. I could, scream from the mountaintop that you're mine. But this is someone who's taking a more measured approach. And with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, I feel like this is also saying, I can tell you're not interested in that person who is currently trying to make you swoon, right? Make you feel like there is chemistry between the two of you. Queen of Swords, Eight of Cups in the reverse. So I will keep my distance. I will be respectful. If I have an opportunity to communicate with you, that's great. But I will come back around when the timing is better. Because they don't want that initial interaction where they confess their feelings to be tainted by you're involved with someone else or someone else is, planning a date for you. I like that, Rachel. Hello, Ernest. How are you doing? Of all the pet names, Ladybug might be the least offensive that I've seen, but Ernest, I do appreciate being called Carmen. Thank you. Hello, King Angel. How are you doing? So we have Six of Cups in the reverse. A lack of competition, because I know that you have these immature approaches, right? So you feel like you can buy someone's love, or you feel like because you are the most attractive person at the ball that you're automatically going to be chosen. But I know this person has more discerning taste. I know this is somebody who wants to feel spiritual connection. So what you're offering, it doesn't threaten me. Again, I feel like this is confidence, but I don't know that it actually gets to the point of arrogance. I think they feel confident because they know you are different. They know that you're not just, looking for somebody to pay your rent. Um we'll go with the Marseille Cat Tarot, since we already kind of started with a little bit of a French vibe. What else do we have? Emperor in the reverse. So this admirer, the Knight of Cups, does seem to be accurate. They are watching somebody fumble. They are watching somebody who doesn't have the right presence. Now, you could look at that as, oh, so you brought like cigarettes for a person who doesn't smoke. You brought wine for someone who doesn't drink. You brought a beautiful dress, but it's the wrong size or the wrong color. This is someone who is just kind of watching and waiting. Like, yes, I'm going to let you finish. But I know it's not the right approach. I know that's not what they actually want. So then when you finish up and, are rejected, I can approach with the right kind of, I don't know, words, the right kind of gifts, or the right energy. I'll let someone pay my rent. We've got the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry, the Page of Wands in the reverse. Is it Christopher Walken who was like, "You got me all wrong"? That's what I'm hearing. You got like, you thought that a grand gesture, or I don't know, a big overture or big public like to do would capture my attention or my interest. But the Four of Swords is in the reverse. This is an unhealed person who's using grandeur or money to try to win somebody over who cannot be won over in that way. So the Knight of Cups, I feel like that's just their like introductory energy. This is someone who's not laughing per se, but just kind of maybe smirking because they know you're trying to make somebody swoon, but you're really just showing them that you don't know how to actually observe what they are and what they're looking for. So, I don't know. I'm sure we've all had a moment where it's like, maybe you're in a group of friends and somebody is mid joke and you're like, oh, the delivery's already off. This is a little bit awkward, but like, go on. I'll give you a fake laugh for the effort, but you messed up the joke. This is someone who feels like, I'm not going to interrupt you and be rude. I'm not going to point out that you are wrong. But I know that the person that you're interested in would rather have, I don't know, baseball tickets versus flowers, or they don't drink coffee, so why would you offer to take them on a coffee date? Like, it's just, yeah, it's not right. It's not aligned to the person that they're actually interested in. So, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody else in this social group or social dynamic, someone else at the ball, gets rejected. And the Knight of Cups is patient enough to just let it happen. Like, go on. We'll see how it goes. See what happens. Hello, Grindhard. How are you doing? Just being around and not being awful would be fine. You should have higher standards than that, Raziel. We have Temperance in the reverse, a Devil, and the Six of Cups in the reverse. So this person who seems about to get rejected. Aw, that's so sweet of you, Grindhard. Love you too. I do have a pretty great collective, I won't lie. They make me smile every day. This is somebody who I think can also pick up on intentions pretty readily. Our Knight of Cups is looking at this as, okay, so you're doing this, grand gesture, or you're saying all of these flowery words because you want to have some naked time, or you want to have something that other people cannot have. If this is the belle of the ball, they feel entitled to like the best of the best. I suppose I could compare it to Beauty and the Beast, right? Because everyone felt that Gaston was such a catch. And literally, I just said the belle of the ball, right? And wasn't her name Belle? And she's over here like, can I just get like another book, please? Did I say hello to Nat Nat? I think I did. Just making sure though. So we have the Six of Swords in the reverse. Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not going to tell you you got it all wrong. But I'm also, okay with the fact that your approach is wrong, because once that happens, once you shoot your shot and it was shot wrong, then it frees me up to approach that person in a better way. Hello, Tony. How are you doing? I love lamp. So we have the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So when I have seen that there is rejection or boundary put in place, hey, thank you, that's very sweet of you to say, but I'm not interested, or, I don't think I really would go out on a date. It seems like we're looking for different things. It seems like, maybe the intentions aren't really there, or we're looking for a lifestyle that is very different. I'm going to hold out for something that is more my pace. Then we have this Knight of Cups saying, okay, now I feel like is my chance to express what I think is more so what you're looking for romantically. I'm glad to hear it, Tony. I'm doing well, thank you. Justice. Page of Wands, or the Princess of Wands, and the Hermit in the reverse. So my Suspicions are confirmed when I watch someone else approach you in the wrong way and you're not interested. It validates that you really are different. You're not looking for who's the richest, who's the tallest, who's the, you know, most muscly, who's got the most beautiful hair, who has the best figure, whatever it is. For what other people are looking for, maybe it makes sense. But this is a more refined approach to love. This is, I think, somebody who's going based off of energy, right? Based off of intentions. Nine of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune. So the rejection happens. Perhaps the Queen of Swords energy is your energy. Selective, not necessarily rejecting everybody, but you're not going to be entertaining just anybody either. You know what you're looking for. You're not interested in leading someone on or getting involved where you know there is not a true connection. So, with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, we have a person who feels a bit let down or upset because they were quite confident they had taken the right approach. Like, what? You don't like me? Have you seen me? Come on. Everybody likes me. Everybody wants me. This Queen of Swords is more discerning than that. You're over here like, yeah, that's great. That means there's going to be other people who are interested in you, even though I may not be. And I wish you luck with that. But I'm not interested in what you offered. It was more shallow, right? It seemed like maybe they don't say this. Maybe you just kind of keep this to yourself. But it feels like this is somebody who's looking for like bragging rights. Like, I want to be able to tell other people, look at what I was able to achieve here. Hello, Burton. Thank you for the tip. Let me add that for you. Does Victoria still want to give me a chance? I've added that for you. Thank you. Yes, Disney is good at that. Hello, Garima. How are you doing? Hello, Callan. Disney really did a wonder on how we perceive romance. Hello, Fiona. Hello, Trey. How are you doing? I'm glad it was after the anger management. So we have the King of Wands and Death. I think the King of Wands is the Knight of Cups. Again, let's not get too focused on gender, right? The Queen of Swords could be a man, the King of Cups could be a woman, but this is the pursuer energy, right? This is someone who's saying, all right, so that didn't work out. That other person took the wrong approach, and I knew that they did because they didn't learn you well enough to figure out what they should do. But I have been patient and I have taken my time to get to know you. So because my intentions are good, because they want a long-term relationship. We have the Four of Wands here for a reason. They're looking for someone that they can marry. So with the Page of Swords, now that they feel like they're not in direct competition with somebody, you have already walked away from this other person at the ball. Then they walk up to you and they're smart enough to not be like, hey, baby, what's up? They approach you with respect. So we have Judgment in the reverse and the Star. I tried to cover the boobs and then I messed it up. Healed energy. Why Judgment in the reverse? Maybe it's because You're not really sure what to make of this person initially. Maybe you weren't expecting this individual to be interested in you. There's the Knight of Cups again. They want to make sure that you've had enough time to let go of the other situation or take a break after the last dance. But this is a very romantic person expressing their interest. We'll go with the romantic Lenormand. Oh, that's amazing, Fiona. I love that name, by the way. What else do we have? We have the Anchor. This is someone who has stability but doesn't need to brag about it. They're not doing the ostentatious thing. Thank you, Nat Nat. I've added that for you. I got that for you as well, too. Thank you. What else? Hello, Fatima. How are you doing today? This is a different approach from the last person. The person who initially was pursuing you was more flashy, or, I want other people to see that I'm pursuing you, and almost entitled, right? Feeling like, of course you would be interested in me. This Knight of Cups, King of Wands is more formal. So we have the letter with the Anchor. This is someone who has the ability to make plans. They choose their words very carefully, and they make plans or they pursue you in a way that makes it clear that they have looked at who you are as a person. They have a reason for pursuing you that goes beyond physical attraction. It's not just that you look good in jeans. All right, what else? Thank you, Fiona. One of my favorite things is that globe that is, I think it was made in the 60s, so it has like countries that don't exist anymore, or they have different names. But I think the environment's super important. Mice and the owls. So the person who is flashy and approached you the wrong way is quick to talk about what happened between the two of you and frustrated because they expected you to be very interested in them. But you're not. They're confused. They felt if they gave you certain things, their attention, gifts, whatever, that you would very easily be interested in them. You're not like that. And they're realizing that. This is the Romance Angel Oracle. Almost all of it. What else do we have? Oh, that's so sweet of you. Spiritual healer, if you are out there, let me know if you have a question, as Nat Nat would like to donate a question to you. What else do we have? Honeymoon and getting to know each other. So the energy is very different, and getting to know each other is organic. It doesn't feel pressured. It doesn't feel like this person is only after one thing. Whether that's, gifts or physical intimacy, this is someone that makes it clear through their patience and their trusting or trustworthy energy that they're interested in you for who you are. Yay! Well, spiritual healer, let me know if you have a specific question, okay? Oh no, was there a lot happening over by Australia? Curious about my new boo. Trustworthy. I can ask that for you. Excellent. Thank you, spiritual healer. Aw, that's so sweet of you, Nat Nat. What else do we have? Finances and career and passion. So this is a real connection. It's not something that is built on a facade or someone, saying pretty things but covering up what their real intentions are. There's passion, and there's also someone who has been working on themselves. So it feels like the timing is right. They seem to know how to approach you in the right way. This is the Love Oracle. We'll get a few from this, and then we'll dive into those personal questions. Longing, craving, aching, wanting, and elusive, dishonesty, deception, and trickery. So the first person is rejected by the Queen of Swords because it's quite clear that there is an emphasis on like bragging about the connection or their interest in you and the physical intimacy that could potentially result from that pursuit. Shallow, hollow, empty, boredom. The connection doesn't have that natural conversation where, you could talk all night like teenagers or just feel comfortable in silence. So that's how this Queen of Swords, likely you, knew, intuition, that the first approach was wrong. And even though you are quite charming and super attractive, it doesn't mean that what you feel most attracted to is someone who puts a lot of stock in that physical appearance or the surface level things, right? Are you 6 feet tall? Are you voluptuous? Do you have blue eyes? There are things that other people seem very fixated on when they find someone to date that to you seems kind of hollow, right? A little bit silly. And so there have been some people who are hopeless or frustrated because they thought that they had the right set of details that would surely interest you. And don't call me Shirley. But instead, their approach missed the mark. You would much rather deal with somebody who has a sense of vulnerability than someone who is arrogant, someone who prioritizes their family and has, walked their path alone for a bit. Because to you, that signals someone who isn't afraid to be alone, someone who's not codependent, and someone who is also focused on their healing. So there are people who are confused by you. They feel like you give mixed signals, but I think that's just you have this friendly energy or this loving energy that you share with others. You're not interested in being judgmental, but you also have high standards. You're not interested in repeating patterns. You don't want to deal with somebody who is unhealed in a relationship, and I'm proud of you. Thank you, Tony. Let me add your question for you. Am I one of the chosen? Is what I've contributed and manifesting going to have a positive, profound impact in the world. I've added that for you. Thank you, Tony. Hello, Citrine. How are you doing? Oh, that's such a great sentence, Fiona. I like people who are just themselves, authentic. I could not agree more. And I think you would find most of the people in the collective feel that way. Even if it means you're weird, just be yourself. I would like to think that one of the reasons my channel has, grown is because even when I'm a bit odd, I'm gonna share it with you all. And if you don't like it, that's okay. Um, Whatever. But I think you can tell when people are presenting a mask, and I think you can see it on YouTube quite often, especially if it's someone who's trying to duplicate someone else's work. That always comes across as kind of strange to me. Like, just be yourself. Maybe it's a bit cliche, but it works. And I feel like, what were you just saying? The teapot and Beauty and the Beast? I feel like that's something she would say. Was that the lady who was Murder, She Wrote? Angela Lansbury? I think that was the woman who voiced it, right? All right, so we've got Burton, and then 2, and then Spiritual Healer, and then Tony. Oh, well, technically, I think Spiritual Healer would be before 2, but I wrote it after 2 because Nat switched it. But we'll get through them. So for Burton, we have the Weird Cat Tarot. Does Victoria still want to give me a chance? For Burton, does Victoria still want to give me a chance? Yes, but not right now. There is somebody that Victoria is dealing with right now that is a little bit strange, a little bit taxing on Victoria's energy. So there's a transitional period happening. This could be something to do with work, but I feel like the 3 of Pentacles being in the reverse is indicative of social issues that are frustrating and like depleting her energy. So right now there is this desire to have some alone time and rebuild that energy, Oh, you're so welcome, Rachel. So yes, there is an interest. There is a connection that remains, but timing is important. Oddly aligned with the general reading. King of Cups in the reverse, 7 of Wands in the reverse. I feel like there's someone here who approached her in the wrong way. Whether it was platonic or romantic, she is like recovering from that or building back up after dealing with that. 3 of Wands in the reverse. So this is saying take some time, work on yourself, or enjoy, hopefully you've got better weather than I do. How much time? Is this August? Yeah. So we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and that to me points to August. And with the Two of Pentacles, this is confirmation for me that she would feel more balanced in August. Maybe that feels a long time away, but also kind of similar outcome if I had said maybe it's 8 weeks instead of August. Oh, well, guess what? We would still be ended up in August. So that seems to be the best time frame for reconciliation. She needs a little bit of time. All right, let's see what else we have. This is, oh wait. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? Not to undercut Nat's generosity. Nat, I'm gonna do your reading and spiritual healers reading. Will y'all forgive me for that? So Nat, I'm gonna do yours as intended. Mostly because I very much so support the generosity. So I love that you did that for someone. Hello, Albergal. What's up? Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, spiritual healer. Let me know if you want to add on to that question at all. And Albergal, if you would like me to pull cards, feel free to add that to a super chat. And Burton, I'm rooting for you. So what do we have for Nat, please? Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Star in the reverse, the World, Death in the reverse, Ace of Wands in the reverse. Is this Nat's energy? No. So there's someone around you, Nat, who has a little bit of negative energy. Oh, you all are so sweet. And if you have more to add, Nat, you let me know. But for Burton, let me write this down real quick. Thank you, Burton. Am I causing a drain? Victoria or another coworker? I've added that for you. Thank you, Burton. And I think it's very kind and considerate that you are asking that question to begin with. So Temperance in the reverse tells me there is someone around you who is creating negativity. And I feel like with this Death in the reverse and Ace of Wands in the reverse, this is saying if you get too caught up in this person's drama or toxic energy, because this feels to me like somebody who is refusing the opportunity to heal. I could take this path. I could remove myself from a situation that is causing problems. But you know what? I don't feel like doing it. So I'm just going to like roll around in the mud a little bit more, right? This is someone who is potentially going to block an opportunity for you with that Ace of Wands in the reverse. Tell me more, please. So this is saying focus on your healing, focus on the peaceful energy that you deserve to have around you at this time. Instead of trying to convince this Eight of Swords individual, someone who's like, la, 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 I don't have to change. I'm not the problem. It's somebody else. It might be somebody else and this person, but they're not really invested in changing. So I feel like your offering of assistance to them is wasted energy, and you have beautiful energy that deserves to be leveraged. So what is this Ace of Wands opportunity? This is saying there is a lovely individual that deserves your energy instead. Is this romantic? Oh, okay. So there's someone else that you care about who has an actual desire to have like some skin in the game, right? I'm going to work on myself. And you are an inspiration to this person already. That is something that is more worth investing in. But I feel like also there is good karma building for you, and this is what draws in that love for you. So, acknowledging who is actively interested in working on themselves, it brings you closer to the romantic energy that is meant for you. So we've got to be acknowledging or aware of the individuals that just want to tap your energy or take that energy and feel better about themselves versus giving back. Are they interested in working on themselves? Are they interested in being a good friend to you? Or are they just like take, 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 right? But you have somebody who is on the verge of discovering you. And this is someone you do not expect. This is someone you have not met yet. When you focus your attention and your intention in the right direction, you get closer to that romantic interest. It's like the universe is trying to bribe you. Like, hey, you're a great doctor, but you're focusing on the right patient. If you focus on the right one, then we will bribe you with love. And I like that for you. All right, let's see what we have for two. I'm sure I've surprised you too by selecting the Wild Reflections Tarot. It's always the one that makes me think of you. Let's see. Oh, I wonder if I can show you. I think I have shown you too the card that is largely the reason why it makes me think of your energy. It's the Queen of Swords. And I can't remember if you said you were looking at potentially getting this tarot deck for yourself. Oh, don't be difficult to find. Are you playing with me, tarot deck? Sorry, you guys. You have to watch me look through these one by one. It's going to be the last one, isn't it? I should have started at the other end. Don't be the last one. That's so mean. I'm going to feel silly. There it is. This one makes me think of you. I love it. All right, all right. I'm done. I'll focus now. All right, what spiritual guidance do we have for two? And if you don't know why that makes me think of two, it's because she deals with sound healing. So you should check out her channel. We've got the Knight of Swords, Devil in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse, Nine of Wands in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords. The number 9 is very important. I feel like this is specifically speaking about the 9th of the month, which is Tuesday. So this is near term. There is going to be a conversation that starts off and it's innocuous or it's loving, it's sweet. But something strikes a chord that is not sweet. So it's like if you were to be eating your favorite dessert and then all of a sudden there's like, maybe you're using the same plate from your dinner and there's like a little bit of lasagna that touches the chocolate and you're like, that's the face you're going to make. It's a departure, right? Like, I feel like we were having a good conversation. I feel like we were understanding each other. This could be romantic or platonic, but then all of a sudden you say something and I'm like, that doesn't sound right to me. It's because this person is lying. They're hiding something or they're misrepresenting something because of ego. I don't want to admit that to you. I'm just going to, say what I want you to think. But your intuition is too good for that. I think this person underestimates you. I think they think highly of you, but they don't realize how perceptive you are because we have the Six of Swords, which is kind of like, I love the Six of Swords. It talks about moving into calmer waters, but this is like, I'm letting you think something is better or getting better. Yes, you can. Yes, feel free to tell them. And this is saying, take your time, do not rush. It could be one of two things. This person needs to figure out a little bit more of their healing, and then there's going to be a revelation or a confession or a okay, I've got to come clean about something, because I do feel like this person feels guilty after they say this thing, after they mislead you, but in haste and because of that like desire to be seen in a certain way, it's like, I'm just going to say the thing that I would rather you hear. So trust your intuition on that. I do feel like it's likely to have some, it could be like on Tuesday, right? Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that like 2 and Tuesday. Anyways, all right. Yes, thank you for liking the video. Let's see what we've got for spiritual healer. Happy birthday! We're gonna use the Witch's Tarot for you. What else do we have? Not what else do we have? We've got a new boo for a spiritual healer. And we need to know the deal. What is the energy here? Is this a trustworthy person? And do they like spiritual healer as much as she likes him? Oh, well, so I'm making this face because this is like the nakedest card in this tarot deck. Well, she's kind of covering it. This person likes you, yes, quite a lot. And we also have Justice. So I feel like this is someone who is very interested in you. I feel like this is somebody who has gone through a lot and they have self-control. It may not look like it on that card, but this is someone who has self-control. What I'm concerned about is we have the horned one with some booties. Tell me about, that's the devil, by the way. Why do we have the devil here? So this is someone who has worked on themselves and healed. We have the Strength card. It's unusual to see Strength and the devil in the upright in the same reading, much less in a trio, right? So to me, what this is saying is we have someone who also might be interested in your person or is still. Is this a new person? Yes. So the new boo is reliable, is trustworthy, and is into you. But there is someone else who is also interested in your new boo. Is there any interest from the new boo in this King of Pentacles energy? No. It's like, I feel like that person is physically attractive, but I don't like who they are. So does this mean that spiritual healer's new boo is very much so like facing spiritual healer, not interested? Yes. 8 of Cups. They've already rejected this person, or they already know that's not the path that I want to go down. That's not for me. The thing that might be awkward is if the person who's really into your new boo is not getting the message, right? Sometimes it's like, well, I've explained this and, I'm interested in someone else. So respectfully, like, good luck. This is not, I don't feel like this is someone that they're trying to be friends with, but I don't think that they're listening or wanting to accept that it is not them who's chosen. And they may be trying to flirt or get some sort of physical interaction. Is this the kind of person who is, I kind of already asked it, very focused? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So there might be an argument or something that seems off, but trust your intuition. I feel like your intuition is going to tell you this is someone who has already chosen. They want me. They're not interested in this other person. So I think they want to be very focused on you, and someone else isn't really taking the hint. Hello, Boquito. I see you insist on calling me my baby. Boquito, if you would like to get completely banned off my channel, call me that one more time. I've already told you not to call me that. I'm not yours. I don't know who you are, and I find it creepy. Okay? Cool. Spiritual healer, again, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You got a good one. Let's see what we've got for Tony. This is, oh Lord, the Tarot of the Cat People. Did I miss saying hello to somebody? Anybody? Possibly. Oh, hello, Key Controller. Hello, Nawaji. How are we doing? You're funny, Key Controller. Hello, Tony. What's up? Okay, you know what I love though? Two, I think you spelled their name right the second time, but I kind of love that you and Lemonade both spelled the name wrong once, because it's like, you get my name wrong, we're going to spell your name wrong. All right. What do we have for Tony? Tony is asking, am I one of the chosen? So this says no, but I feel like it's because there is some action that you still need to take, because we have the Three of Wands as well. So what is this action? This says, be honest with yourself with what you want. So there is a self-awareness element on the bingo card that is not crossed off. I don't know if the bingo card is the right analogy here, but the way I'm seeing it, maybe a better analogy would be like, if you're if you're in a casino and they have the three things that match up, right? This is like, one of them is like almost there, but it's not lined up. And it's because there's something here with admitting to yourself what you want or who you are. Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So there is you being honest with yourself that unlocks a purpose for you. We have the Devil and the Six of Wands. There is fear, or maybe even imposter syndrome, that needs to be cleared out or addressed. Perhaps there is somebody who has spoken to you about what... Oh, Nat, I love you. Boquito is putting Poquito ever. You are my favorite. OMG. I love it. All right, sorry. Sorry, Tony. Gay back, but that was pretty golden. I had to call that one out. Tony, there is someone who has done you a disservice by making some sort of judgment on you, and perhaps that has impacted how you view yourself. But when you address this thing, when you admit the truth to yourself, things change. And this impacts your ability to be generous. It's like you benefit those around you. So how you view yourself is very important. Letting go of how someone shaped the way that you see yourself. Very much so, net. Yes. Since around the 80s or the 60s? Dang. Okay. Hello, Tiana. Hello, Sayer. How are you doing? Y'all are killing me. Hello. Wait, I can't see the name. Is it Song something? Song of the Moon? How are you doing? Yes, feel free to put a question in a super chat if you would like to. I just have a little bit of teary eyes because someone made me laugh. Hello, Lee. How are you doing? All right, so I still feel like there's more to this with your second question. Is what I've contributed or am manifesting going to have a positive, profound impact in the world for humanity? So what I'm seeing with the Magician in the reverse and the Knight of Swords is you have that capability. And you said, or that you're manifesting. You have like 3 of the 4 tools that you need, right? Because the Magician has all 4: the Pentacle, the Cup, the Sword, the Whip. Just kidding. It's a wand, but it looks a little bit like a whip up there, okay? This is saying you are almost there, but there is a like self-evident truth or a truth about yourself. When that clicks into place, then your powers of manifestation change, as does your ability to impact those around you. So I feel like you have another like burst of spiritual growth. I feel like this might require a change in your location, even if it's just a vacation. Is there a trip involved or a change of location? Yes. So right now there's someone around you or someone who like their voice lives rent free in your brain. When you go somewhere else, when you have this experience in a different place, it unlocks that for you. Maybe it has to do with your chakra. This is what enables you to cross over that threshold. Hello, CTF. Hello, Carla. How we doing? Thank you for being a member. I appreciate you. Let me add Sayer. Sayer, do you have a question that I could add? Key controller, your greetings always make me laugh. Where did you go? There you are. All right. Let's see. We're going to go with Burton. This is the Blood Moon Tarot. That's okay, Sayer. I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. I have some awesome mods who usually help me figure it out too. Hello, Oracle. How are you doing today? So for Burton, am I causing a drain on Victoria? No. Is another coworker causing a drain on Victoria? Yes. And I feel like you know who it is. But we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the High Priestess. This is someone who is self-righteous. So with the High Priestess in the upright, I do feel like this is someone who's knowledgeable or wise. The problem here is they are like in the territory of arrogant, unfortunately. So it's like they've crossed over from being able to be helpful, this coworker, and they actually they like the sound of their own voice kind of thing, right? Oh, thank you for the tip, Song of the Moon. Let me get your question down. Oh, let me ask. Is it Brady? Yes. I told you, you know. This is somebody who feels like they can benefit from Victoria's energy, and I may even call this person an energy vampire. So that is the issue that I feel like she's trying to recover from. So let me see. What do I need to know by the divine? I'm sorry if you hear my stomach growling. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Song of the Moon. And I'm just going to double check if there's anything else. Are they still doing the black magic? And Sayur, did we get a question for you? Or would you like me to do a random pull of cards? I did not see a question from Sayur. Hello, Rabbit. How are you doing? So you can see the rest of the background. That bookshelf is one of my favorite things in the world. My grandfather built it. So it impacts the energy. You posted it above. How did I miss that? I just see the super chat, but I don't see your question. You guys, am I missing it? All I see is you talking about a slow network, Sire. So, what I shall do... Oh, after the black magic? Yeah, I don't see it. Burton, you asked would it help if I talk to her? I feel like it would be as a supportive energy. Would it help if Burton talks to Victoria? Ask if there's something that you can do. And when somebody, let's say they're grieving a partner passing away or something, when you say, hey, is there anything I can do for you? That's a lot less easy or comfortable for people to say yes to than something like, hey, I love to make green bean casserole. Would it be okay if I brought some for you? That's different, but that's a lot easier for someone to say yes to. So I think this is like something specific that you can offer that takes the burden off of Victoria to have to identify what you could potentially do to help. Thank you, Sayur. Have a great day too. Hello, Gloria. I hope you're having a good one. We were distracted by Poquito. Good luck with Yoko, Tiana. So Sayir, I don't see your question yet. I'm gonna dive into Song of the Moon's question, and then I will come back to yours. Song of the Moon. So which tarot? I'm gonna use the Spellcaster's Tarot for you, Song of the Moon. We've got what do I need to know by the divine? What does Song of the Moon need to know by the divine? Three of Cups, Two of Wands, Ace of Cups, Two of Pentacles. How did I know that was going to happen? That's so wild. Oh, I love this so much. So what I'm looking at is 5 cards that I pulled for you. And what I love is the balance. I don't know if you can tell, but it is 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do you like how my nose is the little circle like bouncing across to tell you? Sagar, I need to know your question before I can do your question. Please repost your question. Song of the Moon, what I love about this, ooh, I put it backwards, hold on a second. Is it's like a countdown, okay? And then a rebuilding. So there is something very important happening to you. I feel like this is over the next 3 weeks. And it is you meeting someone. Now, perhaps you have just met this person and you are making plans with this person, but this Ace of Cups tells me this is a person who's going to be a close confidant. Now, this could be you getting closer to somebody that, you know, you're romantically interested in, or this could be someone who is an important platonic connection, because we have soulmates, not just one soulmate. We have multiple soulmates, and some of those are platonic. They don't always have to be romantic. But I see there being plans and excitement and a bond that is deepening. This is somebody who you help each other. You have this ability to give great advice or provide support or inspiration to each other, and you both have an enriched life as a result of it. With this Three of Wands in the reverse, I feel like this is unexpected. It's like, you know, if this is romantic, it's not that you meet on a dating app and you're being intentionally like, I want to find the love of my life. This is like, oh, I was like shopping at like a thrift store and you were looking at the same album that I would have purchased, you know, or you were looking at the same weird art that I thought was awesome. There is divine, like, timing at play here with you and another person. You are meant to know each other. You are meant to be a positive influence in each other's lives, even if it's not romantic. But this is someone who will call you on your BS and you will call them on their BS, and you will help each other to grow and thrive. So we have the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. This is someone who sees clearly in the fog when you do not, and vice versa. This is also someone who, with that Ace of Swords being rather masculine, helps you to take action and be bold or believe in yourself when you might have, you know, a tendency or, you know, a temptation to be a little bit more conservative or reserved. So I love this. This is really beautiful energy. You have someone here who helps you without feeling the need to compete with you. I don't know why I feel like you've dealt with friends or romantic partners who feel like they need to compete with you. But this is someone who doesn't do that. This is someone who is like, be awesome. That's why I'm here for you. So there is an important situation coming up, and I feel like this is more like within the next 3 months. And because you have this connection with someone, you are even stronger and like less impacted by any negative energy sent your way. So I love that for you. All right. I'm sorry it was so difficult, Sire, but we're here now. We get to do this. Okay, you had a meeting with the chairperson of your company. What are her thoughts on you and your future at the company? I got you. Let me just shuffle a little bit more. So after this meeting with the chairperson of the company, what does the chairperson think about Sayir at the company? This is someone who feels like you have a lot of potential to add to the team, but it's like you're You need more control. That's not to say you should be making more decisions. It's like you're a Mustang, not the car, the horse, which is to say you haven't been handled, okay? You haven't been trained. So there is, from this chairperson's perspective, a need to, like a sculptor would, help you to find the definition around your skills and a direction. And with the 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands in the reverse, it's like, if we can address that, then you are a huge asset to the team. So what is this definition that's required, or what is the wildness? 3 of Wands, Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Does this person know that you are, like, that there is a flirtation at work? Because that could be it. This could be someone who feels like the lack of control or the lack of focus is perhaps to do with your social interactions at work that make it a bit risky or could impact the success of the company because it impacts the performance or the ability to focus at work. So even if you don't think this person knows, I think they do. 6 of Swords and the 6 of Cups in the reverse. I need to know that when you're at work, you are focused on work and that things are not going to be impacted by other connections, or that productivity will stay at the top of your, like, prioritization. With the 6 of Cups in the reverse, this is what is concerning. But, like, what about performance itself? This is like, you're great. 3 of Pentacles. I feel like I can rely on you. You know what you're doing, but I need you to be focused. Because if it causes problems amongst my staff, then I feel like I can't trust you. Then I feel like I have to choose between two people. So it's like, continue to do the work that you're doing, but I need you to exert more self-control. I need you to be more capable of controlling that energy, because if it impacts L's performance, then even though you might be stellar and hitting a home run, I'm still frustrated, right? Yes. So if that changes, is it like A plus in the chairperson's mind? Absolutely. If you want to continue to be in the running for, like, promotion or raises, it's like you got to be focused on work. And I will see that and I will focus on that, but I got to know that you have that self-control. Hello, Betty. How are you doing? Hello, Santiago. Hello, Brittany. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Toby. What's up? All right. I think I'm going to leave it there as we are almost to 80 minutes. But I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to. And I will see you on the next